everyone, it's Fiona and welcome back to my channel, Chrisnal Eva channel. I don't really have any specific plans or like a challenge for this reading vlog. It's just basically me trying to make some progress on my summer TBR. So back either at the very end of May or the very start of June, I made a summer TBR using prompts from my TBR jar, and I ended up with 10 books to read over June, July and August. And this week I just want to make a bit more of a dent in that because I am a little bit behind where I'd like to be. So the ones that I have on my radar for this week are Small Worlds by Caleb Azuma Nelson, The Miseducation of Evie Epworth by Matson Taylor, Northwoods by Daniel Mason, and Homecoming by Llewellyn Goldie. And I've decided to start with this one just because it's the only hardback and I'm going away next week, so I don't want to be in the middle of it and then have to take it away with me. So let's just read. Tuesday evening update. I have read 85 pages of Homecoming and here's where we're at so far. So we're following two timelines. Oh, sorry, these glasses really just fall down my nose. We're following two timelines and Yvonne is in both timelines. So in 2001, she's a student living with her best friend Emma, and well, they're actually just finishing up uni when the book starts, but Emma has got into a relationship with this guy and she's really fallen for him, but she doesn't know that Yvonne and this guy have previously spent a night together and Yvonne really likes him, but she feels too awkward the first time they're introduced to bring it up, and then she doesn't feel like she can in the future. So that's a bit of a tricky situation that only continues to get trickier. And then in the modern day timeline, there is a new character called Kiyama. This is 2020 and he and Yvonne are connected in some way that I don't think I should say yet. But they're also both connected to Kenya. But the last time Kiyama was in Kenya was 10 years ago when he was 8 and something traumatic happened. I don't know what that is yet. But now he's 18, he's decided he needs to go back to Kenya in order to kind of face that trauma and move on from it, and also fill in some of the gaps because he feels like a lot of people aren't telling him a lot of things. So he wants to figure out a bit more about his own history and his family's history, and obviously face this traumatic incident that happened. And he asks Yvonne to go with him. So where I'm at right now, they've just touched down in Kenya and I'm gonna see where it goes from here. I'm intrigued by it so far, but I'm not gripped. But when I'm reading it, it is reading quite fast. I'm just not reaching for it loads, but that's okay. I am interested. I don't think it's the best written. Also, something came up and I can't remember what she was doing, but she said something like she looked to the door out of force of habitat. And I'm like, I'm sure that should be force of habit. Is that a me thing? Because I've never heard that force of habitat before, but it kind of makes sense. So I don't know if that's a me thing, but I think that should be force of habit. Those are my updates so far. I'm heading to bed, but I will try and read a couple more chapters before I fall asleep. end up giving any updates yesterday because it ended up being a pretty busy day and I didn't read a lot. So I am not as far through as I would have hoped, but I'm also like, it's just not that deep, is it? Does it actually matter? But I really do want to finish this. I wanted to finish it by tomorrow because whatever. I wanted it to finish this by tomorrow, but I definitely need to finish it by Sunday. I am pretty much exactly halfway through. I don't know what to do because part of me is tempted to DNF, but it's not a bad book. It's just not a particularly good one either. Like, I'm finding it very average. I'm finding the main character really quite annoying. She's a real Debbie Downer, and I just feel like she feels a bit sorry for herself and wants everyone else to feel sorry for her too. And she's saying things like, one of the things that happened early on in the book when she first met up with Kiyama again was that he ordered a takeout coffee and he said a different name, which, by the way, is something that I do every time because outside of Wales people do not understand the name Fionn. But yeah, so we ordered a different name and she said, oh, it's a shame, or I'm sad or something that he's not proud of his name. But then a couple of chapters later, she was talking about one of her interns at her work. She's got quite an important job, and she was like a young 20-something with an unpronounceable name. And I was like, well, you've just proved the exact point of why Kiyama finds it easier to just use a different name. And that was annoying. But yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's just, it's nothing that special. And I'm like, is it worth carrying on with something that I just feel really indifferent about? Is it worth it? I don't know. Yeah. Oh, but something else that I'm finding funny is that I used to work with a man in his mid-70s and his wife was called Yvonne. So every time I see it, I can just hear him saying it in my mind so clearly. And it's making me giggle. Huh. Yeah, so this is the question, do I carry on? Also, this is a really boring video if all I've done is read half of a very average book. But this is just kind of where I'm at. Real shift with this book last night, so I actually have a chance of finishing it today. So I have had a bit of a lie-in. It's not long gone 9, and plans for now are have breakfast, go to the gym, come back, tidy the house, clean the house, vacuum the house, mop the house, and then I need to pack, and I've got a few admin bits to do, and then have lunch and go to work. And hopefully somewhere in there I will find the time to read the final 43 pages of this book, which I'm still not really enjoying, by the way. Needless to say, I did not get around to any of the books in that week. It was several weeks ago now. Our main takeaways are, don't really remember anything about the book, so I think that speaks enough about the book. It was fine at the time, and it's done. I have since finished the summer TBR, and I did film a video of me actually doing that, so that will be coming at some point in the future, but that's all for this one. So thank you so much for watching. Sorry it was kind of boring, but it was realistic, so at least there's that. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!